We were the first state to officially adopt these Common Core standards.
I'm very excited about the Common Core standards. The one thing I look forward to is that we all across the U.S. are going to be pretty much on the same playing ground.
This isn't just a new set of revision of old standards that may change in 2 years.
It has such a strong connection to the critical area, but perhaps it's laying a foundation for what will happen the next year or 2 years later or 3 years later.
This is a different way of looking at education. And I think this is the sort of the rigor kick in the pants that we needed to really get students ready for college and career readiness.
And I ran downstairs, and how many pennies were in my penny jar?
We've already started, so I feel really good about it. Honestly, I feel really good about what my class is capable of. I mean, they're doing things I could never have imagined in the first grade.
2, 3.
And they're getting it.
The world's not standing still. You know, things are moving very rapidly in the world today.
The Common Core Standards is at the center of our reform agenda.
The people that are going to be successful are not going to be the people who sit here and say, let's wait and let's see what happens. They're going to be the people that help make it happen. And that's the way I look at Kentucky. We're going to help make it happen. We're going to make it happen for our children. They're our most important asset. They're the future of this state. And I want to make sure that that future is bright. And the way to do that is to equip our kids with the tools they need, the skills they need, with the knowledge they need to be able to be successful. Because if they're successful, this state's going to be successful.
And it says start with 2. Start with 2.
Kentucky was poised for it due to legislation. We call it Senate Bill 1, was a major piece of legislation in 2009 that said we had to have new standards in place for 11-12, and we had to have new assessments in place 11-12, and we had to have a new accountability system in place by 11 and 12.
Education in Kentucky has made some tremendous strides, even in the most difficult of economic times. We went about this in a comprehensive way, and we had legislative buy-in to it. We've got to mandate legislatively to do this, to set up these new Common Core standards, to raise to the next level the education that we give to our kids.
And I ran home that day and put them in my jar. And so how many pennies do I have? 7. Oh, look up there. How many pennies do I have?
Teachers are the most important element of this process, and they're the ones that we entrust our kids to 8 to 10 hours a day, and they are the important link between what our kids get exposed to, what they learn, and therefore how well prepared they are for the future.
Problem, I started with 3, and then what?
We felt it very important to involve teachers very early, so we had lots of teachers that were engaged while the Common Core standards were being developed.
And a lot of us are talking about that we're not going to go in this order.
And you don't have to. You don't have to.
I think we've known from the beginning we need to work closely with teachers, principals, superintendents, but on a state level we've worked with all of their leadership in all of their organizations. We've changed the teacher's job, and we've got to give the teachers the resources and support to help make this huge shift. This is a huge shift.
We're not going to match 1 and 3. I mean,
we have been working and training and making sure that our teachers are going to be in the position to apply these Common Core standards, to know what they need to do and how they need to do it, so that our children can compete in college or they can compete in the workplace.
The standards may appear more than once, and so actually
We have established a strong system in place for helping teachers and educators get familiar with the new standards, but also helping them understand the standards deeply.
I was specifically looking at B.
What I have with my network here, it's definitely there. I mean, they've been God sent to help us break this stuff down.
Start with those domains, but then you should begin to see.
I think we've got tremendous teachers, and I believe that our Kentucky teachers will rise to this challenge. But the biggest reason I push for this is it's the right thing for our kids. I don't think we tell any child that we can't get them ready for the competitive environment that they're going to be facing because we can't figure out the timing or the money.
We were the first state to officially adopt these Common Core standards. Now, I would think that, people around the country would think, oh, it'll be California or New York or Michigan or some other place. It was Kentucky. And I'm proud of that. I'm proud that we as a state value the education of our children and value the future of our children so much that we're willing to step out here, be aggressive, take some risk so that they can be successful.
I did by myself. I did this one too.
We are definitely in this together. We are pushing hard an agenda that was given to us by the General Assembly. The General Assembly leads education in Kentucky. They have set the expectations for us. Those expectations are high, but our children will benefit from those expectations.
First of all, I want to thank the educators of Kentucky for buying into this, because this is extremely important, and I think they know it's extremely important. They see how this is going to be able to improve the educational quality of what our children receive.
I love kids, and that's what I do. I teach the kids. And if the state tells me that this is what I'm going to teach, I'm going to do my darndest to teach what they ask me to teach and do it well.
Okay.
It's been an effort, and it continues to be an effort.
I think we'll be able to do it. I mean, I love a challenge. I think that the Common Core standards will be something that's going to be great. It's going to be rocky at first, but I think once we get over the rocks in the past, I think we'll be able to see the benefit of us all having a Common Core.
They're putting in this work because they know how important it's going to be to the future of our children. So I want to thank them.
Kentucky is absolutely on the right track.